News 13 has learned the city of Albuquerque is now the subject of a high-level state investigation.
According to documents obtained by News 13's Larry Barker, Albuquerque officials are accused of putting lives at risk by disregarding critically important federal health and safety regulations. Here's Larry's report, The Danger Zone.
It's a massive 70-year-old hospital building bought by the city of Albuquerque 2 years ago. Mayor Tim Keller pledged to transform the old Loveless Medical Building into a showpiece complex to address the city's homeless problem. Once complete, the Gateway project is designed to be a modern, multi-purpose homeless shelter and health sciences center. Over the past year, the city has been engaged in a $9.5 million building renovation. The Gateway Center is expected to open for business later this year.
Big news, our furniture has arrived. We're very, very excited.
But there's trouble here at the Gateway project. And it's not something Albuquerque officials will talk about. You see, this isn't just a construction zone, it's a danger zone. Internal city documents obtained by News 13 show how Albuquerque officials blatantly violated federal health and safety regulations, putting lives at risk.
Bob Genoway is chief of New Mexico's Occupational Health and Safety Bureau.
We consider that to be serious allegations that warranted an OSHA investigation.
City Councilor Dan Lewis has reviewed the documentation obtained by News 13.
If there were corners cut to be able to expediently get this project done and it put people at risk, then there should be outrage about that, and people should hold them accountable.
One of the roadblocks to renovating old buildings is the presence of asbestos. In the 50s, when the original Loveless Hospital was built, asbestos was commonly used in building materials like insulation and flooring. If construction workers encounter asbestos during a renovation project, then stringent federal regulations must be followed.
So it does cause cancer, and it is recognized to be a carcinogen.
Dr. Akshay Sood is a pulmonary specialist at UNM's School of Medicine.
It's important to minimize exposure to asbestos to construction workers because they are at tremendously high risk of developing both cancers as well as other diseases associated with asbestos exposure.
Breathing asbestos fibers can be deadly, so only specially trained and certified work crews are allowed to operate in asbestos remediation areas. Full body suits, respirators, gloves, and boots are required. Asbestos debris must be bagged and disposed of in a hazardous waste repository.
Bottom line is we're trying to make sure that employees don't become seriously ill or injured from hazards in the workplace. Asbestos is a recognized serious hazard in the workplace and can cause serious diseases.
According to a city internal document, last year, contractors doing renovation work on the Gateway Center's second floor used a mechanical scraper, like this one, to rip out old tile flooring containing asbestos. The debris was swept up with brooms and thrown in the trash.
There was no worker safeguards, no notifications, no protective gear, no respirators, and no regard for the law.
OSHA initiated an investigation after receiving complaints that allege, quote, no inspection or testing was done prior to demolition work. Workers are not wearing PPE and are scraping and grinding. The HVAC system is still running and may have transported dust through the building. Staff have raised safety concerns multiple times, but the project is politically driven, and 2 work stop orders from the city's risk division have been ignored. In February, the city's risk management division informed Gateway project manager Jesse Valdez, quote, there is high possibility that there is asbestos in the areas of the Gibson Health Hub that are under construction. All work in these areas must cease until an asbestos test has been performed. A city memo detailing events noted, quote, there was no pause on the construction site, with the reasoning that risk does not have jurisdiction to shut down construction sites. Construction was halted only briefly and then resumed. On March 9th, test results confirmed the presence of asbestos in the second floor work area.
Asbestos is a serious hazard. It can cause serious illness, and therefore violations related to not properly handling asbestos are considered serious violations.
Last month, the state's Occupational Safety and Health Bureau sent the city a notice obtained by News 13. Investigators wrote, quote, "Concerns were expressed regarding the public safety and health given that the facility is frequented by patients, clients, and at least 20 different tours directly through the construction area." Following an inspection, the OSHA Bureau informed city officials, quote, "The general contractor and at least one subcontractor were performing demolition, construction, and renovations in an area of the building in which asbestos is present. The work has been ongoing for a year without an asbestos survey having been conducted. Our interviews with contractors and employees have confirmed that proper abatement did not occur due to significant deficiencies in training and lack of surveys conducted."
Any violation of federal OSHA regulations can result in significant fines and other penalties. The investigation is ongoing and is expected to last several months. So, how do city officials respond to the Gateway allegations? Well, they don't.
Project manager Jesse Valdez and Albuquerque General Services Director John Craig did not return phone calls for comment. The general contractor for the project is Consolidated Builders. The firm's CEO also did not return phone calls for comment. Mayor Tim Keller did not respond to our request for an interview.
These are very serious allegations against the city. This administration should be answering questions. They should be talking about what they're doing to mitigate risk. So the first level of accountability is transparency.
Larry Barker, KRQE, News 13.
Albuquerque's Inspector General has also launched an investigation into the city's failure to comply with OSHA regulations.